Namaste, angels. I wanted to come on and still do a love reading, even though I didn't get a chance to do it on Sunday. It's Wednesday. I meant to do it, obviously days ago, but I've had the cards here. Don't ask. I mean, so many of my clients are going through different things, and it's just been really hectic. And then yesterday, in the United States of America, was election day, and I volunteered all day. Never mind. I'm here, and I wanted to do a love reading still, and I've had these cards here since Sunday, to do it. So let's do it. We are starting with Weekend Away. No. And buy shoes. Spirit says spend money. Still weekend away. And still no. With the cards, we are starting with the Ace of Pentacles. This means in general, things should be going pretty well in your life. Also opportunities, for new things, maybe new career, new promotions, new path in terms of, career path or a job, business you're starting. Could be having to do relationships too. This archway always gives me like wedding or marriage feels, some new partnership that's still abundant and something of which you are deserving and worthy, and it's valuable to you, and you and the other person are valuable to one another. Also upright is Major Arcana card Temperance. These cards together speaking very much of the full moon in Taurus, really. As a matter of fact, because Uranus is located in Taurus and has been for a while now and will continue to be for a while now, meaning like years. And I think actually tomorrow, when the full moon occurs, the moon, Uranus may actually oppose the moon, if I remember correctly. I think so. I mean, it'll be around, obviously, because like I said, Taurus is located in Uranus, and it's the Taurus full moon. Together, these cards, not just about balance. I mean, temperance alone is about balance. And so this can be like, all things in moderation and like not getting ahead of yourself and not getting too like ostentatious and opulent and, wasteful and whatnot, even though there's abundance around you, and maybe appreciating what you have, all those things, but together they definitely speak about balance, like having a good time, enjoying your life, but also like, not being wasteful, greedy, gluttonous, slovenly. Those are like 7 deadly sins, right? That's what I'm getting. And I'm also thinking Buddha, and I don't practice Buddhism. I've never practiced Buddhism, but I know some stuff. And Buddha was said to have been like really like well-to-do, right, affluent and whatnot, before he came to be known as, before he transcended fully and came to be known as the Buddha that we know today. And spoke of something called the middle path, that was sort of like an avoidance of doing too much, like I said, and being like, greedy and, too much opulence and too much affluence and self-indulgence and all that. And, like being like a monk, and not doing anything and not like, it can often be tied to like sex and fun and, so it's like the middle path is something healthy, something more balanced and where you should be. The next card is in reverse. It is the Page of Cups, which may be representative of the Scorpio energy that's also surrounding, of course, the sun is located in Scorpio. Actually, that's the moon we're about to have, the new moon in Scorpio. But I still think that this week, the moon, I still think that there is some sort of opposition. I remember reading something in preparation for one of the readings I was doing, maybe like a week ago. And I think Uranus, now I'm going to have to look it up. But I'm pretty sure Uranus does oppose. Anyway, it's the new moon in Scorpio. The full moon in Taurus is 11/19. not 11-4. Why did that come up? Well, we still do have a lot of things into. I'm glad I saw this and recognized the Scorpio energy because, okay, so the moon will be in Scorpio, the sun is in Scorpio, Mercury's in Scorpio, Mars is in Scorpio. That's it, I think. Isn't that's plenty, right? So that could be why the Page of Cups is showing up here too. Then we have the Angel of Balance, which speaks of blessings coming into your life. And again, you know, being appreciative of what you have, what comes in, thankful, keeping a positive attitude that you can manifest these things and not overdoing it, you know, just appreciating all good things in moderation. Seven of Pentacles can also be speaking of that, as well as patience. You know, good things come to those who wait. You earn it. It comes. Seeds well planted. Sometimes there's a temporary pause in action where nothing's happening, nothing's coming, and you're saying, what? But we reap what we sow when this card shows up. And so any worry is unnecessary. It is followed by the 10 of Pentacles, a very happy family life, financial security, and finding magic in the little things in life. Give these a little shuffle. There's more of that Scorpio. Actually, speaking of opposing, isn't Taurus Scorpio's mirror opposite? That just came to me as well. And Uranus, that I've been talking about, is the ruler of the sign of Aquarius. The star represents the sign of Aquarius. Actually, these other cards, for me, are very Aquarian, too. I'll pick up the Angel of Balance again in a second. But she's holding, like, this vessel of water. The Temperance card, you got an angel pouring water between two vessels, standing in a pool of water. It's super Aquarius to me. Actually, the card represents, in the traditional tarot, the card represents the sign of Sagittarius. But for me, I also throw Aquarius in there. And this love reading may have something to do with children, or maybe your child or children's other parent, your siblings, and or a soulmate that you perhaps met at work. You could be happily ever after. The 10 of Cups in love can sometimes be about like you worrying about your mate, if they feel the same way, or your love interest, if they feel the same way, or you may think that they're mad at you and you're wondering if they are. And the 10 of Cups in reverse shows up to say that you have nothing to worry about, you know, basically. All right, so we're going to pull a card for each element, beginning with fire: Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. And your card this week is the Tower in reverse. Yikes. Sorry. Sorry, I didn't mean to say yikes. It's not horrible. It's just that it's the love reading, you know? It's kind of like, ugh. The Tower. I'm going to pull another one for you. Should the next card be for you? Okay, let's pull the next one for you too. All right, it's the Page of Cups. Interesting. They're both in reverse. Earth signs: Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Justice, also in reverse. Air, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Our energy: Page of Swords, upright. And lastly, water: Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Judgment, your energy, also upright. The only element that didn't get major arcana is air. Interesting. And actually together, the Page and the Tower in reverse are not coming across, you know, that bad, really. I'm getting like a disaster avoided. Like you dodged the bullet. You know, thank God. Also, what's the word? Something about immaturity. Maybe that's what how you dodge the bullet. Like this person isn't for you. I don't know, we'll get more into it in a second. We're going to start with our overall energy of the Six of Cups upright. So the Six of Cups basically says that, well, then first of all, an ex could return. You know, it's often about, like this card shows up, and the next thing you know, this old love like reappears in your life somehow. Upright, usually they come in, and at least when they come in, whether it's from a message or whatever, like you're pleased. That doesn't mean you're going to remain pleased. I mean, exes still are often exes for a reason. I mean, they're usually exes for a reason. I know that they're not always exes for a reason of your own choosing. Like I've had exes, and one in particular from whom like time and space separated us, you know, and that's what happened. And I was watching this video. I guess this was that earlier today. No, you don't even know what day it is. I think that was today though, this morning. I was watching this video of this woman who she got pregnant when she was 15, and the 15-year-old boy that impregnated her ended up in like foster care, and so they got separated. That wasn't their fault either. She saw him again. She had to tell him that they had a 16-year-old child together. It was kind of crazy. But they were happy to see each other, happy to meet. Now, again, I don't know if they're going to remain that way, but that's the kind of thing that the Six of Cups often shows up to notify us of, warn us of, depending upon, I guess, one's perspective. Also, it can be about trying new things, and one's need to try new things, or a couple's need to try new things and to not like be stuck in the past. For committed relationships, it can be about needing to like focus or refocus toward the future, you know, talking about goals and dreams and planning things and trying to achieve things, maybe taking some sort of action that moves you forward, you know, in your commitment or in your relationship, maybe physically moves you forward into like a new home or something. I'm getting some kind of like family situation that wants to happen. The Tower can be about homes too. It doesn't have to be about disasters. It can be about an actual building or structure like a home for me also. So, for singles, yeah, it's possible to meet somebody new, especially if you're in the market for that and you're looking. You could definitely meet somebody soon, and or an ex could show up in your life, and or if you're going to remain single, you still may want to like, you might be stuck in some sort of rut involving the past, and maybe if you're afraid of something like the past repeating itself. That can definitely mean be what this Tower in combination with the Page of Cups is about, like fear of disappointment and things. So that may be the case too, but you need to like again get refocused and look toward the future. So looking at the card that most directly represents the fire signs, this Tower in reverse is definitely a message about thinking positively and not, looking to change your partner if you have one. So even if there's something from the past that you don't like, you know, or some behavior from the past and they haven't changed it, don't try to change it. If you're stuck on that, then you probably don't belong with this person. But if you do feel that you belong to this person and you guys are willing to work on your relationship, the Tower in reverse, it's not like the Tower upright showing up. I mean, it means that there's probably a need to do some work. There's the need to improve your communication, to have a talk. The relationship's going to survive, but it's not as intense as if the Tower was upright. That would indicate more like maybe the relationship needs to end or something. This isn't necessarily an indicator of that, but it definitely needs more work. If you don't want to save it, maybe you want to think about balance, just thinking about the cards that we started out with and what you are contributing to the situation, bringing to the table, ways that you can improve your part of the partnership. You should be able to be prepared to talk about ways your partner can improve it, if you're able to do that in a positive way, a way that's conducive to improvement and growth, and not, like you're being accusatory or judgmental. Then you should try that too. The Page of Cups in reverse can have, on its own in love, can have to do with us having our like sights set on somebody who is like literally unavailable. whether that means they're emotionally unavailable, whether that means they are, you know, like I said, separated from us. The universe put time and space between us. They're, you know, and there's nothing that we can do. They're a bit unavailable because they have a mate already, and you know, that's it. For whatever reason, they're like quite literally unavailable, and maybe that could be why we're, you know, we have fear of being disappointed. Maybe we sense something like that. If we're single and we're interested in somebody or we're dating somebody, we're sensing that they're not available and they're not. Why else might these? I'm trying to look at all the cards together. Pay attention to the signs. I mean, obviously the Tower can be an indication of something just completely falling apart for whatever reason. It still could be through no fault of your own, you know. There could even be some sort of act of God or something, you know, situation, fire, flood, storm, I don't know, that keeps you apart. Whatever the reason is. The real message is that we have our, like I said, our heart, or, you know, just far too set on someone that's unavailable. We need to pay attention to the signs and signals. I mean, obviously something like this happens, it could be those are pretty big signs and signals. We need to pay attention to these. Sometimes, you know, depending upon, again, what the unavailability is about, it can be a good idea to like set a deadline for how long we're going to allow ourselves to, you know, stay focused on one person or in, you know, a particular situation that may not be, you know, may or may not be best for us or healthy for us. How long we're going to wait. And, you know, if this person isn't in a position to simultaneously move toward us as we're moving toward them, then, you know, we all have our limit. And, you know, it's up to you to determine when yours are. And then, you know, we also all have more than one soulmate and different kinds of soulmates and more chances than just one to be happy in life. So, you know, we don't have to like put all our eggs in one basket, or don't think that everything hinges on one person, you know, in our lives. For the earth signs, we have Justice, Major Arcana card Justice, and I think I did say that Venus, ruler of the sign of Taurus, so there's the Taurus thing coming up again, moved in this week to Capricorn. I believe I talked about that in the general reading. So that may be why you have Major Arcana card Justice showing up in this position. She, you know, Venus does, Justice does represent the planet Venus, and vice versa. In any case, Justice. If you're trying to figure out like whether you and a partner that you've been with for a long time partner, are likely to stay together, oftentimes when Justice shows up, you won't. But that's actually more so when Judgment is upright at, you know, I'm thinking about it. In reverse, this is another, did I say Judgment again? Fucking Justice. I don't know what's happening. Justice in reverse is kind of about balance too. Huh. That's definitely the theme for this reading. In any case, it can, again, be really important that we look at like what we are bringing about in the relationship or bringing to the table. We may feel that, you know, we've been treated unfairly and it's imbalanced toward us. And that may be the case. That could be legit, you know, but it's important to bear in mind that, you know, just realistically, the way things tend to happen, and, you know, we're not living in a bubble or a vacuum, and these things don't happen that way. our partner could just as easily, or mate or love interest or whatever they are, could just as easily be feeling, like that, or like we've contributed to, a current situation that maybe could be better, or, current challenges or difficulties or whatever. If you're in a relationship already, or, dealing with somebody to the extent that, it could be viewed as some sort of relationship or situationship, then this could definitely be what you need to do. Just sort of evaluate the balance or lack thereof in your relationship, and in an honest way, so looking at yourself too. If you are single and looking, then sometimes it can feel like we can, or it can be about us feeling like we're ready for, long term, the long haul, loving relationship, love, marriage, then you with a baby carriage, as they used to say, and all that kind of stuff. But this card can be about you like standing in your own way to really prevent it from happening. Sometimes that's subconscious. I guess it's usually subconscious when we do that. On one hand, we're telling ourselves we want something, but on the other hand, we're sort of ensuring that we're never going to get it. And that's what I'm feeling, and that's what this card can mean. All the cards can always mean a few things, but that's what I'm getting mostly from this one right now. And it's like, if you are just too eager to, make changes, to your own life in order to fit with a partner or fit them in, or, to like force something to work just so you can say you did and you're in a relationship, then you're probably not really ready, and you probably really need to focus on yourself and boundaries, and just a more self-love and a better sense of self before you're trying to welcome somebody else in. Sometimes we just want to do something because we feel it's time. I'm this age, I'm that age, the clock is ticking, all that kind of stuff. And so we just try to make things happen that we're not really ready for us to happen, if we're honest with ourselves. And so that's a message for people, for the earth signs there. Single and couple. Air. We got the Page of Swords. This can be about mild conflict. And we're good at, like, we know when to push and when to back off, and we can be, good at hitting people's buttons and stuff. But like, again, if we're honest with ourselves too, we can admit that a lot of arguments that people have, aren't really worth having. And sometimes they lead to things that can't easily be fixed. You go too far and stuff like that. So try to avoid having these. And if you need space, take it. Try to explain in the most pleasant way possible. If there's a person that needs to know, why you're withdrawing from them, I need my space. And if your partner or love interest needs space, say in the same way, try to respectfully give it to them. And this is going to be like crucial for happiness. If you are completely single, then get out and mingle is what the card shows up to say. Because love could be coming, but it's not going to drop out of the sky or knock on your door. Like, you got to be out there in the mix. Now, moving on to Judgment, which I've been trying to talk about all night, and with looking at justice. Judgment is one of my favorite cards because it's about abundance that's earned, including in love. And it can be about second chances, also in love. So maybe, again, ex returning or something like that. You making sure that it works out this time. But in general, it can also be, in terms of love, it can also be like a make or break period in a relationship. A time to get really, really clear and serious about what it is you want out of life, out of the relationship, and then taking the steps to make it happen. So like I said, this can sometimes be about taking action. Let's look at it that way. Look at the two of them together. We're looking toward the future. We're setting goals. We're making plans, and we're taking action as to how we can make these things come about. And it's really important that you are you take steps to make sure that you aren't like leaping or jumping to conclusions, whether positive or negative, about, this is especially true if it's a new relationship or new love, and then no one's doing that about you, listening to something, presuming how you are. Oh, I know how you are. You're like this. Well, we just met. How do you know how I am? Or I heard you like this. Don't listen to that. Let me show you who I am, or let me tell you who I am. You know what I mean? It's that kind of thing. And taking the time to get to know each other. Major Arcana card, Judgment, represents the planet Pluto and the sign of Scorpio. Again, with the Sun, Moon, Mercury, and Mars all will be, are this week. Now look at the other energies in relation to these cards too. Oh, deceit. That could be tied to judgment. Again, somebody giving you the wrong idea about somebody. Look, when I opened opposite deceit to envy, I definitely saw somebody not cool showing up this week in the general reading. Could be attached to the Tower too, I suppose, in reverse. Things come crashing down because somebody's a liar. Contract, scales of balance, or judgment could definitely be attached to these energies too. Justice, judgment. Goddess of the Moon. Overall energy. She's in reverse though. Alright, so we have those. And mix these up. Actually, I won't mix these up. Let's just see what we got. So joining the Tower in reverse. The Knight of Pentacles. He is trustworthy, dedicated, protective, and funny. It's important to make a detailed plan before starting any new endeavor. Once you have that plan in place, then you can take immediate action and get as much accomplished as possible. So that this immediate action, the plans and the goals and things that need to take place according to this Knight of Pentacles could again be connected to the Tower in reverse, the need to have conversations, the need to make plans. If we're going to try to make this work, are we going to work on this? And so how's the plan? How are we going to get to the goal that it is we want? Or are we not going to? And what are we going to do? And or it could be saying that the situation involves an earth sign, perhaps a Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn is significant in the situation. And or can have something to do also with money or the pace that we're moving at. This is another one of those slow and steady wins the race kind of energies. So taking our time to, again, work on the situation, communicate, work out the kinks before moving ahead. For the earth signs, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, again, we have the Ace of Swords joining Justice. Very nice. Implementation of your brilliant new idea may get off to a rocky start, but keep going. The challenges will help you to refine your plan and to reshape your goals into something even better. So again, Knights of Pentacles, which is what we're talking about here potentially, are all about goals and plans. So this is perfect for them. But what the Ace of Swords says to do is not only about justice in the end and coming out the victor and it's about victory and accomplishment, but it's often about victory and accomplishment after you've gotten through the challenges. So again, working out kinks, finding balance, let's see who's right, who's wrong, and let's not harp on it. Let's fix it. We probably both can contribute to being right and being wrong 50% of the time. And so let's shake on that and then figure out what we're going to do to fix it going forward. This is also about truth coming out, cutting through bullshit to get to the meat of the situation and, handling it accordingly. Air signs. Joining the Page of Swords, we have the Nine of Wands. You've worked hard and what you've created is impressive and worthy of protecting. Annoying challenges may pop up, but don't worry, you'll get through them just as you have in the past. So this is about keep on keeping on. Those annoying challenges could be, again, minor conflicts, minor arguments that pop up maybe between us and a love interest or us and a mate. Work them out. Don't drag them. Don't let them go too far. Don't hit below the belt. And then, keep pushing and moving forward, taking the relationship forward or yourself forward if you're single, toward something better, not allowing anything unnecessary, unimportant to blow up and out of hand. And water signs, wow, very nice. You got a 20 and a 10. So again, judgment is about abundance that's earned, and this is about abundance, period. It's the wheel. Expect a sudden positive change in your life. You can now move forward and make great progress. Major Arcana card 10, the wheel, represents the sign of Sagittarius in the tarot. Again, judgment represents the sign of Scorpio. Sagittarius right after Scorpio in the zodiac. And there was some reading I was doing recently where I said it might have to do with Sagittarius time and Christmas. There was a wreath. I think that was in the general reading, something with the Six of Wands. And I don't remember what it was about. Never mind. Okay, with this other deck that we shuffled already. So, joining the Knight of Pentacles, and we have the Tower. Is strategy in reverse. So another card about planning and things. We'll get more into the meaning in a second. The Ace of Swords joined Justice in reverse, right, for the Earth signs. And now Broken Heart. The air signs, we had the Page of Swords, the Nine of Wands, and now Door to Personal Healing and Happiness in reverse. And lastly, joining the two best cards that we have here, Judgment and the Wheel, is Man Holding a Heart. Well, Scorpio, it's all about you this month, and the other water signs are getting to enjoy your energy as well here, it seems. A lot of people notice that, like, when it's your birthday month, that seems to be when the energy around you is best. And I would agree. I think that's because, like, everything is in your first house of self, So again, the sun's in Scorpio, the moon's in Scorpio. This is the first house placement. So I think that's why everything's going great for them. But let's get a little more deeper into this. So starting with the strategy, move this over a bit. Oops, sorry. In reverse for the fire signs. So we've been talking about goals and the need to achieve and all those kind of things. And this card, it comes to supplement that also. It says that if something is delayed, stuck, not moving, again, maybe you're stuck in the past, you feel like you're in a rut. That's because we have not strategized. We have not made, set the goals that we need to. We have not planned in the way that we need to. It's important to remember that the path of least resistance, like where you don't do anything, you don't have to do anything, you just sort of skate through life, can be tempting, but it typically doesn't take you anywhere, doesn't lead anywhere. So particularly if you feel like you're stuck again, or you're just like floundering, you're in limbo, you don't know what to do with yourself, you guys, fire signs, need to make some plans and goals for yourself, whether you're single or partnered. With the Broken Heart, card number 9, we see the heart It's not only broken, but it's like, oh, it looks open, like, and something's pouring out of it. And I think that's the pain and stuff. And, this hurt, it can be from the past. It can be from a long time ago. And maybe we're still carrying it. And that's why, we feel like we're in a rut too, perhaps. And, need to make moves and figure out what we need to do. If there's some sort of action I can take, or if there's something my partner needs to do and I need to give them a deadline to do it, in which to do it, or there's something we need to plan together. But again, it's about moving on from wherever it is you're stuck. Again, if you're partnered, or if there's a love interest, is there something, there's somebody else involved, vent your feelings to them. And, if it's something somebody you're holding in your heart or in your space, energetically, you can still vent your feelings to them, even if they're not there, or, out into the universe. And, that way you can release it, release the person, release the situation, both, whatever it is, and, reclaim your power and your peace and your happiness, peace of mind. And then this is about a healing heart. This is not about something that you have to keep with you, or a pain that you have to experience now anymore. Unless you want to keep on holding on to it. And I don't think you do. This is about making self-care a priority. And that's what you have to work on in terms of a plan and strategizing for you guys, is taking care of you, basically, in your heart and moving forward. Letting go of old experiences and allowing your heart to open more in a way that's more healthy, that lets more love in, true love in, so that you can get have the happiness that you deserve, we all deserve. Continuing with the theme, and speaking of the door to happiness, or speaking of happiness that we deserve, air signs, and with the door to happiness and healing, or healing and happiness in reverse. And this card in reverse is about us being stuck. And the need for like some self-discipline, so that we also can remove blockages from our lives and make goals and plans, and set deadlines and stuff for ourselves too. I mean, it's an overlying theme. And for the same reason, we're probably being held back from something from our past as well. There's something that needs to be changed. There's some sort of specific plans for, personal change that we have to work on achieving for ourselves. We have to set intentions for this. I keep feeling like somebody else, like I think I was made to say like for ourselves, because I felt like somebody else is trying to impede or intrude on this. And maybe that's where the minor conflict comes from. Somebody else trying to be who dictates to you what the door to happiness or healing should look like, where it is, and when to go through it, or when not to, and all that. Air signs, this is something we have to, do on our own. And we have to do it because we have to believe that we deserve it and we're capable of doing it. So that's why I'm going to do it for myself. I don't need you to do it. I'm capable of doing it. It's like that. And really putting our hearts into the plans and changes that we desire, if we want to realize them. Not just like thinking about them, but I've done this before too. And it could be something so simple. Like, say, for example, I'm going on a diet today, right? Let's just propose. I'm going on a diet today. And then, 5 minutes later, you forget you're going on a diet today. So I go to the refrigerator, right? I'm standing in the refrigerator. Oh, what do I want? And then while I'm there, before I take anything, I remember, oh, you're going on a diet today. And then it's like, yeah, but, in that moment, the proposed theoretical I, have to be the one who was disciplined to say, no, I said I was going on a damn diet today. It's really up to us, and about us holding ourselves accountable. And that's what's going to lead us to the door to personal healing and happiness. And I really think the key word may be personal. So lastly, moving on to the water signs and the man holding a heart. This card just looks like what it's about. For men or males specifically, it can be about some sort of greater clarity. So like purpose and your own purpose, or maybe the purpose of someone special in your life is becoming more clear. So this can be, for example, on this twin flame journey or path, for example, they can become more clear. I know what I am, or I know who that person is to me, or maybe like thinking, forget about twin flame, but just in terms of a general soulmate, right? The Six of Cups can be representative of soulmate. I think this is my soulmate, or it can be about a realization because you're coming to a moment of clarity that maybe before you didn't have, about yourself, about your love life, about your love interest, about your partners. And there could just be more balanced approach to, love and relationships right now for you. Even if these in the past, right, have been like confusing emotions or experiences for you. And for some, this can be about a new man or new person in your life. And this person will be, more thoughtful, more aware, whether they are a love interest or a friend, somebody that helps you to get to where you need to be, in life, positions you for the universe, maybe introduces you to a love interest or something. But this will be somebody who treats you with love, maybe shows you love, teaches you love, helps you to, breed and grow love, because they're treating you in a loving way, whether platonic or romantic. And I think that's what we have today for the love reading. I'll be back with the moon reading, and we'll look deeper into love and general energies. Please do like, share, subscribe, and comment. I do appreciate it. Namaste.